Right, welcome, guys. This is Breakfast with the Brand, the number one podcast in the world for entrepreneurs and leaders who want to go from bland to industry leading brand. If you tuned in live, go ahead, put your flames in the chat and let us know where you're listening in from. Today's Friday, and you already know on Friday, we talk about sales. I have with me, as usual, the king of branding himself, Mr. Shaan Rais. Let's grow.
We are live across multiple channels, guys. Facebook, LinkedIn, Voice, IG, Twitter, and YouTube. Phenomenal morning, guys. Listen, sales. What are your numbers? Okay, so we're entering into the second quarter. Does everybody know what that means? We're entering into the second quarter. First quarter down. Let's do a recap. First quarter down. What do your numbers look like? What kind of numbers did you put on the board? Let me explain something to you. This is business. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. This is business, right? Branding, business, speaking, consulting, marketing, in your job, in your occupation, in your professional assignment. Not qualitative, not the feeling good stuff. I made people feel good. Everybody liked me. The office was cheering. Not qualitative. Quantitative. Hard data. Zeros and ones. What numbers did you put on the board last quarter? Listen, you can't hide from the numbers, guys. Listen, I promise you, that's the one place where you cannot hide. Everywhere else you can hide in the weeds. I'm doing this. Oh, I'm working on that. Oh, I'm over here in the weeds. I'm over here hiding behind, a whole bunch of stuff that needs to get done. But realistically, if you don't attend to the numbers, nothing else matters. Let's talk about that. This is Friday. No BS Friday. No BS. Sales. What did your numbers look like? Somebody put it in the chat. What did your numbers look like? And then what's going to shift moving into the next quarter so that your numbers can grow, because whatever isn't growing is actually dying. I'm excited. I love numbers.
Yeah, I love numbers as well. Definitely. I want to send a quick shout out. I see Travis. So we have Travis, the critic. I also see Arnetta Rogers.
Morning.
Yeah, coming in from Maryland. So shout out to her. Shaan, what I wanna kick off with is the concept of a target.
Very good.
So funny enough, most of the people that I speak to, they don't have any sort of target. And I find that very interesting. They don't have a real sales target. So for example, they get into business, they're at the stage where they want to make money, but they don't have a target. So how important do you think it is to have a target, some sort of solid target
That's good.
when starting business?
I love the question, right? So me and the family, we just drove to go see family at another location. And realistically, if we didn't set a target, we wouldn't have got there. If we didn't set a target, we wouldn't have got there. So we got in the car, literally put the target inside of the GPS and was directed towards the target. If you don't set the GPS for the numbers in your business, for the salary in your job, for the appointment, for the title, for the position that you're looking for, if you don't set a target, then get comfortable where you're at, make a nest, dig a hole, bury yourself, because you're already there. You're not going anywhere without a target.
That's right. Now, for those who do,
that's how serious it is. I just want to add a little bit to that, because I know that might sound a little bit painful, but you're already there. You're not going anywhere. Where you are is where you'll stay. So dig a hole, bury yourself.
well, I mean, it's sort of the truth, right? It's sort of the truth. Now, on the other hand, I know people who do set targets, but for whatever reason, so let's say they set a monthly target. Somewhere between the days, between the weeks, you tend to forget that they set a target.
Of
And
course.
having a coaching call the other day, and I told somebody this. I said, if you set a goal at the beginning of the week, and at the end of the week, when you track your activity, what you did has nothing to do with what you said at the beginning of the week, then there's a gap. There's a gap. So you set some kind of target. You say, okay, I'm going to make 100 calls a day. Or you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. On Monday, when you get to Friday and you look at, okay, what did I actually do? You did some Facebook posts, you scheduled some content, you shot some videos, you did everything that had nothing to do with what you said you was gonna do on Monday.
Woo. You did everything that had nothing. I think they should just write that down, underline that, guys. You did everything that had
Everything.
nothing to do with the target.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I don't think most people do that on purpose. I don't think most people do that on purpose.
I'm sorry. I'm,
It's
I'm
just
sorry, Junior. I have to say something about that, though. I disagree because indecision is a decision.
okay, well,
Indecision
maybe
is a
maybe not on
decision.
purpose, but consciously. I don't think they consciously do that. It's like they just get into this habit of just doing. You know what I'm saying?
Good habit. Good word. Habit. Good word. Good word. Habit of denial. It's like
Yeah.
waking up. It's like waking up and saying, I'm gonna eat less calories today," and not doing it on purpose by mistake. I get it, bro. I get it. Listen, sales is if you don't know how to do it, it's like learning how to drive by yourself after seeing a car for the first time. It's complicated. It's not easy. However, it's also the key to freedom. Super simple. Super simple. That's what most people are trying to do too. They're seeing a car for the first time, right? So they go online, they see people making money online, or they see people making money, super successful in the C-suite, and they come in as an intern, right? And they say, "Well, I don't know how to get there. I don't know how in God's name they got there. I'm just going to show up and think that I'm performing at my best, not knowing what your best performance is." And this is why training is so important. Training is so important. Mentorship, coaching is so important. The path, because success leaves clues. But if there's no one there to give you what those clues look like, then what you're doing may actually be the antithesis of what you should be doing. So, like Junior said, you're busy doing a whole bunch, but none of the bunch makes any difference about the number. People are exhausted. People are exhausted in effortless nonsense. When you ask somebody what's going on, how are you doing? Everybody's overwhelmed. Everybody's super busy. Everybody's saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm showing up, I'm busy right now. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Well, if you don't have the time and you don't have the results, whew, that's painful. That should be a tell that what you're doing doesn't work. If you're busy, effortless, like you're super execution, you're an executioner in things that don't matter and don't move the number. Where does that put you?
I think the pregnant pause there sort of answered the question of where does it put you. However, Sean, I wanna lean onto the positive side, right? And I want to tell people that just because you're there right now, it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. And there are some very simple things that you can do to shift that. Number one is having a daily number. So
Mhm.
what are you gonna do every day? Just a simple, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Just having a simple number, maybe a simple number of people that you reach out to every day. I tell people every day, if you tell 100 people about your business for 100 days, then you can get to six figures. Tell 100 people about your business for 100 days. You don't have to try to sell them. Just tell them about your. Just say, hey guys, I'm I'm a coach, I'm a this, I'm a that. Just tell 100 people every day for 100 days. Like statistically, think, let's talk about numbers, Sean. 100 times 100 is what? Like 10,000, right? So statistically, if you tell 10,000 people about your business, if you're able to do that, at least one, like it's statistically impossible for all 10,000 people to tell you no. Like
Mm-hmm.
you could be the worst salesperson in the world. You could have actually like no knowledge of sales. You're gonna find at least one or two people that are gonna say, you know what, that sounds very interesting. I want to learn. I want to learn more about that. How much does it cost? Somebody's gonna ask you, how much does it cost? I want to learn more. How can I get started? You're going to make a sale. You're going to make a sale. So,
Mm-hmm.
guys, I dare anybody to try that.
Great. That's 100. That sounds like a challenge to me. That sounds like the 100-day challenge.
Yeah, I dare anybody to try it. Try telling 100 people every day for 100 days about your business. Don't try to sell them, just tell them. Don't try to sell, just tell and see what happens. I'm sure you're going to get a few bookings, you're going to get a few appointments. Something's going to happen. You're going to get some kind of movement, and eventually something will spin off, and then you'll get your first client. And then maybe you'll get the second, then you'll get the third. It's not as complicated as you think. What's complicated is the execution. So people often ask me, well, how do I touch 100 people a day? I don't have time to do that. But
Here
I'll
we
be talking a bit more about that, but after the break.
Here we go again with the I'm too busy. I'm too busy doing nothing. I'm super busy doing nothing that has anything to do with what the goal is. Let's go. It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. I said Shaan Rais. I'm proud. Shaan Rais. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire and heat. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Sean, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause. Yes, yes, yes. Hey guys, so watch this. I know it could be stated, right, that it sounds a little bit rough. I know you said something, Junior. You said to stay on the positive side, right? To get back to the positive side. We've been positive all week. We've been positive all week. This is Friday, guys. This is Friday. If you work a conventional, regular situation, you got like what, 8 hours, 9 hours to get it done? You got a quota. Whatever your quota was for the week, today is the last day to get it done. You got an opportunity right now, same opportunity you had since Monday. But most people, Junior, most people wait till the last minute to do anything. Most people put off what needs to get done until the very last minute. So if you said, okay, I'm going to make a $10,000 a week, and that's a phenomenal number. That's a salary. That's a person's annual salary in a month. That's a good number. That's a good number. The question is, where are you at now with your numbers? Even if it's 5K a week, where are you at now with your numbers? You got to be serious about this thing, man. And if you're not, then don't complain and just dig a hole, man. Dig a hole. It's Friday. It's Friday. You got 8 hours to execute. 8 hours to execute. Come on. You could put a 0 behind your number today if you got the right mindset. The right mindset with the right execution, done deal. Done deal. We trying to help you get your numbers right so you can get your life right. Come on, let's go.
Right. So Arnetta says everyone needs a coach. That's true. I agree with that. 100%. The coach is going to help with the mindset and some of the skill set. So the mindset and some of the skill set. Now, when we look at something like sales, Sean, in the way that I was talking about it, like people ask me, well, how do you do that? It's going to take several hours. I say, not necessarily if you batch what you do. So this is about productivity now. Okay. So sales, a lot of sales has to do with discipline and productivity, time management. So time management. So this is what I would do, Sean. If I was working a 9 to 5, this is literally what I would do. I'll wake up in the morning. I would contact people before I go to work, and I just have conversations throughout the day. That's literally what I'll do. I'll do my work. I'll do what people are paying me for. Go to my 9 to 5, do what I'm supposed to do. Before and after, in the morning before I leave for work, and when I come back from work, I would be doing something to tell people about my business. That's literally and it's not complicated. That's the thing. It's not complicated. It's super easy. I think the tough part is like getting the mindset, having a belief. So normally people lack 3 things, right? They lack a belief, they lack a character trait, or they lack a skill. So if you tell me, well, I just don't know how to sell, then that's one thing. If you know how to now, you know how to message people. That's not complicated at all. So you don't lack a skill. Either you lack a belief, maybe belief in yourself, maybe, okay, can I actually do this? Or you lack a character trait, which may be confidence, maybe discipline, it may be something else. So if you're looking at this right now, ask yourself, where do I lack? If I want to get into business, if I'm looking for sales, what do I lack? Do I lack a belief? Do I lack a character trait? Do I lack a skill? And that's literally where I would start. I would start by asking myself like those 3 questions and figure out what I'm missing.
Okay.
And correct that.
Okay, guys. So I guess we're going to play good cop, bad cop today. Okay. So you already know who the good cop is. He's giving you the mindset, guys. He's being nice to you guys. I hope you appreciate it, right? Because I see Arnetta putting the hashtags in there. So she's hashtagging what you're saying, Junior, 100%. Hashtag time management, hashtag mindset is everything. I'm going to say hashtag who do you love? Who do you love, man? Who do you love? Because, Junior, I didn't know what I was doing when I started my business on a BlackBerry in the basement. I just knew who I loved. When I chose the hardest possible spot in college, the hardest possible course, I didn't have structure or systems. I knew who I loved. Right. So listen, guys, you need to have, so watch this. Everybody says the why. What is your why? What is your why going to be? I want you to turn your why into a who. Turn your why into a who and ask yourself, who do you love? Really love. Because, okay, so watch this, Junior. People are uncomfortable on the phone, but if you love more than you're uncomfortable, then the phone doesn't become a problem. It doesn't become a problem now because you love your son, you love your daughter. So you end up loving the phone. If you know that's the way you go and get your family freedom, then you fall in love with the phone. For me, I was antisocial. I almost said I'm antisocial because I associated myself and aligned myself with being antisocial for so long that being in front of a camera was absolutely alien to me. Absolutely alien. But there became a point in my life where I had a choice, and that choice was to subject my family to servitude, slavery indefinitely. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about my wife, my children, just subject them to trying to figure it out and going to a job every single day for the rest of their lives if they didn't figure it out. And I'm the example and I'm the caretaker. As the example and as the caretaker, that wasn't a possibility for me. So as uncomfortable as I was getting on camera, as uncomfortable as I was using the phone to record myself, listen, Junior, you're right, 1000%. I did exactly what you're talking about. And that's why I kind of raised my finger while you were talking, because I would show up to work an hour early, go in the basement, shoot the video, go upstairs and send emails out. So everything Junior's saying is 100%. But it wasn't the skills that I had that you might think you lack. It wasn't the belief that I had that you might think you lack. And then what was the third one, Junior? You said belief, skills, and what else?
Well, I said belief, so belief in yourself. I
Uh-huh.
said skills,
Uh-huh.
and then I also said a character trait.
Character trait. Character trait. Wow. So maybe that was it. Maybe that was the character trait that I had.
I was about to say that. I was about to say, so you were very driven. So it still
Yeah.
boils down to a character trait. So who do you love is a driver or motivation for for doing what you want to do, what you need to do. So
It,
so the people that are deficient in one of these areas, like you're saying, okay, so guys, if you don't have the skill, you need a coach. If you don't have the belief, you need a coach. If you don't have the character trait, you need to know who you love. See what I'm
exactly.
saying? Because even if you know who you love, if you don't know what to do, Sean, how you gonna do it? You still need to find out the right information, so you can learn the skill.
Very good. Very good. So I got a Smart Start Now podcast asking who is the co-host. The co-host is Junior Frederick. This is on IG, guys. Listen,
Okay.
again, guys, we are live on LinkedIn Voice, LinkedIn Live, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We are across channels. I want you to, put in your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this commentary? What do you think? Do you think it's a what that you lack? Do you think it's a who that you lack? Do you think it's a why that you lack? Do you think it's a how that you lack? What is the gap between you and hitting your numbers? What is your numbers? Who has a number for this month? This is the third day. Listen, guys, this is 3-3. It's the third day of the third month. What are
Wow.
your numbers?
Mm.
What are your numbers? Let's get this thing straight. Let's get this thing straight and stop playing games. This is the third day of the third month, beginning of the second quarter. What are your numbers for this month? What are your numbers for this quarter? If you don't have them, there you are. You're already there. Congratulations, you crushed it. But what did you crush? What did you crush? A person without a goal is the scariest person on the planet. A person without a goal is the scariest person on the planet, and I cannot coexist. I cannot coexist. Happy birthday to Michelle.
Oh, I was just about to shout out Michelle.
Happy birthday to Michelle, right?
Yes.
Phenomenal born day, phenomenal born day. I know Michelle got some numbers and some targets.
Oh yeah.
Michelle's live every day on LinkedIn. I love it, right? What is your numbers? Listen, guys, numbers don't have to be monetary alone. Junior just said, how many people are you touching daily? How many people are you telling about your business? What are your numbers?
Right, Sean. And let me just say that. So happy birthday to Michelle. Shout out to Michelle. Michelle is a great example of what I was just talking about. So Michelle I think she does like one live a day.
That's
She's
right.
doing one live every day. So Michelle has a number. The number isn't only about money. It's not about money. It's about the effort. Like, what are you actually doing? And let me just say this: like, you're going to need to know your numbers because eventually you have to learn how to build a system eventually, not now. Like now you just do what you can do to generate money, but eventually you have to build some kind of system that says, hey, if I go live five days a week, this is what I can expect. So Michelle has a number. She's going live once a day, I believe, Sean. So she's a great example of what I was talking about.
Once a day. She knows her number. Her number is 10 minutes a day on LinkedIn. 10 on LinkedIn. Somebody put it in the chat. 10 on LinkedIn. She's crushing it. She's hitting her number. Now, behind that number, more numbers will come. More numbers will come behind that number, but you got to get started. You got to have a number to start and to begin with. And if you don't, dig a hole. You're already there. You're burying yourself in inactivity. Your inactivity is an activity. Your indecision is a decision. It is a decision not to act. If you're undecided, you're decided. If you're undisciplined, you have a discipline. The discipline is just doing nothing. You have, huh?
I said that was good.
That was good. Okay, great. Junior said that was good. We're gonna go to a commercial, guys. All right. I said that was good. Good. I'm glad I got a response out of him. No problem, Junior. I promise you, this is good cop, bad cop. Let's get it. We're gonna try to get your numbers right today. This is Shaan Rais, Junior Frederick on the $1 billion Breakfast with the Brand. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about why that number is there. Billion. What's up with that? The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you like how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
Business is like a game of chess. It's not checkers. If you don't know how to lead with a personal brand, then you're losing the battle.
Everything about Shaan's talk was fantastic. I mean, I got so much from it.
So he was really bringing fire and passion and just love and spirit to let everybody else know how do you become a leader amongst the leaders.
You hold the key in your hand. There is more power in this phone than there was that took the first man to the moon.
His energy, his dynamic information, gave a really great presentation.
I didn't ask for any money. I didn't have an offer. I had a heart to help people and meet them where they were at and find their need and fulfill it.
Shaan is the bomb.
All right. We are back.
Yes, we are.
Brand. Let's talk about the $1 billion brand, man. Why are we talking about $1 billion? Why isn't it $1 million? Why isn't it six figures? Six figures the scale, right? Six figures, the 0 to 6 figures, 0 to 7 figures. Because those numbers are easily attainable, guys. I'll be honest with you. Those numbers are too small. Those numbers are too small. They're easily attainable. Junior just said if you speak to 100 people, 100, if you speak to, what was it, 100 people for 100 days. If you speak to 100 people to 100 days, you'll make six figures. I promise you, we spoke to less than 100 people for less than 90 days and did multiple six figures. Less than 100 people for less than 100 days. Less than 90 days. Less than 90 days. It's about 100 days. We did less than 90 days and we spoke to less than 100 people a day. And we did multiple six figures, not six, multiple six. And then we didn't even do the 100 times 100 challenge and cross seven figures. Seven. And you wonder why sometimes. I know you guys do. I know you wonder, like, why is Elon Musk still at it? Like, why is Steve Jobs? Why are these Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, why are they still going insane about crushing it? And the reason is because whatever you think is enough money is not enough money, guys. Whatever you think is enough. If you're like, oh, if I hit 6 figures, then I'll be fine. Until you get there. Until you get on the other side of that small number, then you'll realize, oh, wow, okay, the government going to take 40% of that. I don't have 6 figures. I barely got $50,000. And then you make $1 million, or you try to make $1 million when you say, oh, 7 figures is enough. When you get to 7 figures, you're like, okay, the government going to take 40% of that. I only got 600,000, and that doesn't last long at all. And then you're like, oh, wow, okay, it's not enough. And then you say, okay, well, I'm going to get to the next number. I'm going to get $10 million. And then when you do, you're like, the story goes on and on and on. You need more. So the reason we put B up there with the $1 billion brand is so that you understand that you need to crush it every single moment, every single day, every single moment of every single day. You should be thinking, what do I do now? What do I need to do now? What do I need to do now to aspire to that number? Because if you think in that manner, we'll get you to 6 figures, 7 figures like that.
Yes, sir. I agree. I definitely agree. And in fact, Sean, I do see a couple numbers in the comments. I want to read them out.
Oh,
So
great.
let's see. So
Somebody
one person says, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure who it is. If you could put your name in the chat, that'll be nice. So they said, I need 8 to 10 business customers per week to reach 45 per month and close 5 plus B2B. All right. It sounds like they have some plan going on there, right?
Hold on.
I don't understand the last piece of it though. 5 plus B2B.
Yeah, I need to reach 35 per month. Maybe talk to 35 people. Because if you're only most people, let me say this, we underestimate what it's going to require. We severely underestimate. We overestimate our skills, and we underestimate the assignment and underestimate the requirement. You should probably write that down. You should probably write that down, guys. I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, right? We've got like 3 master's degrees and we're in 2 doctorates here at this company. So, and we're in multiple 7 figures in less than 4 years. So we might have a clue of what we're talking about. People severely overestimate their skills, and they severely underestimate the requirement and what it's really going to take to be successful. So if you're touching 40 people, you must be talking about reaching 35, because closing 35 out of 40 is not realistic. It's just not realistic.
And Sean, let me say this as well. You know, that's another thing too. So we call marketing testing, because you don't know what's going to work. Like, so for example, out of the 100 people, you don't know, because we don't know. I can't tell you how many people are going to respond to you. The reason why you do 100 is because not everybody's going to respond. You may only have, from the 100, you may only have like 5 people from 100 people respond. So let's say you have a 5% response rate. Then you look at, okay, if I'm contacting, let's say 20 people a day, what's 5% of 20? It's less than 0. 5% of 20 is less than 0. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why you want to do a lot is because the conversion rate is normally so small. A lot of people don't realize that. So 5% of 0 is less than 20. So that means that you have to contact enough people, right? So you could get 1. So like you were saying, they grossly underestimate the amount of effort that it takes.
Let me dig into it a little bit, because I'd like to know who the Facebook user is who says they're closing at least 5 out of 35. I'd like to know what the number is and what the product is. Because if the product is a deck of cards and it costs $22, then you might be right. Right. But if you're talking about anything of an extreme value, that the price is what the price is, anything over 4 figures, 5 figures, you know, the percentages do not increase as the numbers go up. The percentages that you need to touch go up, and the percentages of your successful close go down, depending on what your targeting is. So realistically, when it comes to sales, you got to have a lot of things right. You got to have a lot of things right. Junior started with mindset. Yes. Then you have to have a target. Yes. But if your target is on the wrong back, then it doesn't make a difference if you hit it. Please understand. If your target is on the wrong back, if you're targeting the wrong population, okay, so let me say it this way. Watch this, guys. And I'm just trying to give you some numbers and give you some ideas. What you're selling is professional services, most people spend about 7% of their income on professional services. So if your product is 5 figures, then you need to contact someone who's making multiple 6 figures. And if you're on Facebook posting, chances are you're not reaching people who make multiple 6 figures. I just
hold on, Sean.
Yeah.
So somebody's saying that they're suggesting, Travis is suggesting maybe the 45 was 45K per month. So let me go back to the comment. So when they said I need 8 to 10 businesses per week to reach 45, they're saying it could be 45K a month. So that is possible.
That's a potential. Watch this.
Yeah.
This is the person saying contract nursing homes 5,000 per year for infection prevention and control services. Very good. The one thing I'm going to say is I hope you're not looking for that to come from Facebook posts. You have to be in your niche. What this person should be doing is inside of groups on LinkedIn, some maybe potential Facebook, but you're only looking for the decision makers on Facebook. You're only looking for the directors and the person who own these places. Because you have to understand there's a gatekeeper. There's a gatekeeper and a decision maker, and the gatekeeper or HR usually keeps people away from the decision maker. I come from this space. I come from organizational development and change. I come from organizational consulting and contracting for huge numbers. So you have to know who you're. I would advise you to read the books of Alan Weiss that will help you kind of bypass the gatekeeper and get to the decision maker. Because you can't waste your time with this kind of business. You can't waste your time posting. You have to build yourself up right. Okay, great. Calling nursing homes, building relationships, live visits, trying to get our social media reach out there, like you're saying. Okay, great. You want to create a brand. What you want to do, so this person here, what they want to do is become the only viable option. Everybody write this down, guys. You want to become the only viable option in your vertical. The same rules apply. Branding. You want to attract your ideal client to you, which means you need to plant a flag and you need to become the only viable option. Now, what I will say is this. You have a huge opportunity because no one is the OVO. So what do I mean by that? Most people trying to do what you're doing are trying to do it as a business. I don't know someone who's really trying to do what you're trying to do as an influencer, as a speaker, as a star consultant. No one has that brand right now. So that's kind of like a blue sea. So you have a lot of opportunity, but you need to go fast and you need to go deep.
All right. Arnetta says
that's as deep as I'm going to go on topic.
Oh yeah, we could go very deep in marketing. You know, guys, by the way, guys, if you want to learn more about marketing, go to that link that's scrolling below, www.livedeepdive.com. 100% free of charge. So on letter says know your target audience. Yeah, like that's the first thing. Like even before you start this process, guys, you have to know who you're looking for. Did I forget to say that, Sean? You have to know who you're looking for before you start. You can't just contact random people, right? So you have to know, okay, who am I looking for?
And let me say this. That's a crushing strategy for the Facebook user, right? She said, I'm calling nursing homes. Ooh, that's a hard strategy. You want strategies. You want to outsource a calling agency. You want to outsource 20 VAs to do that because you're going to get so little response that's going to be positive because nobody knows who you are. And if you're not positioned on the back end, because as soon as someone is introduced to your name and your offer, they're going to Google you. So if you don't exist, or if you exist minimally, then you almost exist criminally.
That definitely helps as well.
Did you like that? Yeah. If you exist minimally, you almost exist criminally, which means you're doing yourself a criminal. You're doing yourself like a criminal injustice. if nobody knows your name, if nobody knows who you are, if you're not magnetic in the marketplace, if you're not answering, let me put it this way too. Yep, good. Come on now. Come on now. If you need branding, then come on, stop playing games, because you're wasting time and somebody's eating your money. You're wasting time and somebody's paying for their kids' college with your bread. You can do this. Anybody on this call can become the OVO of whatever the vertical is. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference whether you're in laundry or nursing homes or financial or tax or insurance or professional services, coaching, speaking, consulting. None of it really makes a difference. What makes a difference is how you position yourself, the BPMs. So there's such a thing called beats per minute. And the Facebook user coming from the nursing background will know this. There's beats per minute. Beats per minute is a signal given from the heart that lets you know the health and the stasis, the homeostasis of the body and the live functions. Well, in business, there's a similar thing to BPMs, and I actually call it BPMs, and it's branding, positioning, and marketing. How is your branding? How is your positioning? And what does your marketing look like? From me evaluating those things, I'll tell you whether you're alive or you're about to drop.
Yeah, that was really good, Shaan. So let's go over that, the BPM. So the branding, positioning, and marketing.
Yes. So this, and let me say this again, guys. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You can be an entrepreneur. You can have your own business, or you can be running your own campaign within an organization in the context of an employee and go from 0 to 6 figures, go from 50,000 to 250,000. We've helped people do this in a short amount of time. How do you brand you? What is your branding? Is it consistent across channels? Or, and this is what I see a lot of times. So somebody will answer something on LinkedIn, and you know what I'll do? I'll copy their name and paste it into Facebook, and they're a completely different person. So they're
they say that they have a, what do they say? They say that they have a business profile and a personal profile. That's
you got one profile. You got one identity. You're not 2 people. You're not 3 people. But that's what happens, Junior. People have 3 different personalities. There's somebody on YouTube. There's someone else on Instagram. There's someone else on LinkedIn. And there's someone else on Facebook. You know what that tells me? Stranger danger. Can't do business. Can't trust them. I don't know who they are. If you don't know who you are, I don't have a clue. I'm not doing business with you. That's for sure.
That's right. Guys, we're actually due for another break. So, Shaan, let's take a quick break. When we come back, more on sales.
Yeah, we'll talk about those PMs. We talked about branding real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk about positioning and marketing.
I don't talk theory. I don't talk hyperbole. I don't talk opinion. Nothing I talk is anything but evidence-based.
During the G Circle retreat in Atlanta, I had the pleasure and the honor of listening to Mr. Shaan Rais. He will not only impact your organization, but he will elevate your team to another level.
When you change you, when you put you into the equation, the whole system is different. I guarantee you, you got the right thing. You are the right person. If you can present yourself in the best way possible, there's no negotiation.
His energy is infectious, and I have so many takeaways from the presentation that I can't wait to get started and implement them today to see the result.
Hey, real quick, guys, I just wanted to come back real quick. We're not coming back yet, right? I just wanted to say to you, pay attention to the commercials. Pay attention to what I just said, and then pay attention to the commercials that you hear, because I'm telling you the same thing. But I'm telling you in a context in which I'm telling a group of people, and they implement, and they go from 5 to 6 and from 6 to 7 figures. Guys, I'm not telling you anything different. Pay attention to the commercials and see if what I'm telling you is 1000% reality.
I don't talk theory. I don't talk hyperbole. I don't talk opinion. Nothing I talk is anything but evidence-based.
During the G Circle retreat in Atlanta, I had the pleasure and the honor of listening to Mr. Shaan Rais. He will not only impact your organization, but he will elevate your team to another level.
When you change you, when you put you into the equation, the whole system is different. I guarantee you, you got the right thing. You are the right person. If you can present yourself in the best way possible, there's no negotiation.
His energy is infectious, and I have so many takeaways from the presentation that I can't wait to get started and implement them today to see the result.
It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. I said Shaan Rais. I'm proud. I said Shaan Rais. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire, heat. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Shaan, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and you know, game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause. Yes, yes, yes. Give yourselves a round of applause, guys. Honestly, it's Friday, guys. I mean, I know I've been coming down on you pretty hard. That's because I want you to be successful. If it ain't rough, it ain't right, guys. I'm gonna rough you up. I'm gonna scruff you up. This is free. I gotta get paid somehow, right? So I'm gonna rough you up. I'm gonna feel good after doing it, and hopefully you're gonna go get some bread, man. You're gonna go get some money right. You got to get your mind right in order to get your money right. Now, if I help you get your mind right and go get your money right, I want you to come back and invest some with us, man. Like I'm very transparent. I'm super transparent. Do I want to do business with you? Of course. Am I going to charge you up front? No, because I'm super confident in my skill set, and there's no limitation here. There's only abundance. There's no limitation here and only abundance. And that's why I'm able to give freely and not worry about, you know what people say, Junior, oh, what if I give it all to them for free? What are they going to come back and pay for? You don't have a clue what I got for you. You don't have a clue. Oh, I know this is probably like, wow, blowing your mind as far as, you know, the BPMs and the OVO, but I promise you, you have not begun to scratch the surface of what we have for you in terms of value, branding, positioning, and marketing yourself, and going from 6 to 7 and from 7 to 8 figures.
Oh yeah, Shaan, that's just real. Like we haven't even begun saying anything. I haven't said anything yet. I haven't said you know, to be honest, you know, like some things I can't say because I can show you better than I can tell you. So it would require like a diagram, you know, different things like that. So that's why it's so important to join like calls like the one below, right? So www.livedeepdive.com, where we could actually host people on a Zoom call, take questions, pull up a whiteboard, you know, put some numbers on the board, show them something, you know what I'm saying? But over like a stream, that's virtually impossible. virtually possible. Okay, so this person said this is Carl Bullock. Okay, not sure why it's not showing. All right, Carl. So Carl, so check this out, Carl. You should probably come to the call www.livedeepdive.com. Like if you thought this was useful, man, you have no idea. You have no idea what's coming on Saturday.
And
So
this is another
it
thing
would
that
behoove
I
you,
ask.
brother.
This is
Yeah.
another thing that I ask, guys. If you're watching this and you're getting value, then become a shepherd. Become a shepherd. Become spread the word, right? Spread the word. Spread the good word on sales. Spread the good word on branding, positioning, and marketing. There should be 10 shares of this. There should be no less than 10 people sharing this to their, watch this, guys. When you share valuable content to your page, you position yourself. You brand yourself and you position yourself, whether it's your content or not. You attract people to you when you add value. So when you do something like share something from Shaan Rais, it's game over because people are going to pay attention and then they're going to stay on your page, which is going to trick the algorithm into thinking that you are the originator of the value, and more people are going to be drawn to your stuff. Now I'm giving you some scientific stuff, some Facebook wizardry, right? Some YouTube wizardry, but I guarantee you that it works. I guarantee value. They don't care who creates value. And watch this. This is something else too. When you write it down, the brain doesn't know whether it's yours or mine. The brain accepts it as your own when you read it in your own handwriting. And then when you repeat it to yourself, repetition deepens the impression. When you repeat it to yourself, your brain hears your words say it. And the brain subconsciously recognizes your voice and says, this is my value. This is who I am. This is what I do. And that's how you change your identity.
100%. Yvette says, if you don't have a plan, Shaan is the man with the plan to make your brand in demand. Oh boy, Yvette rhyming this morning, boy. So Arnetta says done. So I'm assuming she's registered for the deep dive on Saturday. I'm assuming that's what she meant. Guys, also if you're watching this, don't let her be the only one. Like, don't let her be the only one. So register. It's 100% free of charge. Just go to the link www.livedeepdive.com.
I believe in more for free than you get for a fee. You don't know how many times I've had people say, Shaan, I spent 6 figures before I got to this challenge. And in one day, I've gotten more in this challenge than I've gotten in the entire time that I've been studying, in the entire time. So who feels like this is an MBA? Right? I promise you, I'm not going to give you no fluff, no pillows. This is a hardwood floor. This is straight concrete foundation. This is an MBA in how to produce money into your bank account like magic. Brand you. Position or exhibition yourself in a way that is prominent, and then market.
And also share. So Arnetta says I shared.
Good. Congratulations.
That's right. Guys, so if you know anybody else who needs this kind of information, just share it with them. You know what I'm saying? It's everything there is 100% free of charge. Just share it. Like, I know if I had a friend that needed something on branding or marketing, I would share with them. You know, it's all part of being a phenomenal friend.
More for free than you get for a fee.
Shade says there's a challenge with every episode. That's what it's about, Shade. It's about action. So, guys, if you listen to something here and you don't take action, come on. You have to do something, right? That's the point. You have to do something to move the needle. It doesn't move itself.
Let me say this. This is something I guarantee, guys. I guarantee this as sure as I'm sitting here right now. If you implement what you learn here, your money will change. Your money will grow. Your brand will grow. Your position will grow, and your marketing will grow. And watch this. You will jump over people. You will jump over people for free who are refusing to give you something less valuable for a fee. I'm gonna let you unpack that.
Right, guys. So we've actually come to the end of the show. This has been Breakfast with the Brand. Sean, before we log off, let's talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow we actually have a special guest. I believe Miss Olivia Russell is on tomorrow, right?
Yes,
So,
yeah.
so tell the people about what they can expect tomorrow. By the way, guys, it's going to be at a different time. So it's going to be at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We normally do it on 7, excuse me, from Monday to Fridays. Tomorrow is going to be on at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sean, so let's tell them a little bit about Olivia and what's coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the BPMs, branding, positioning, and marketing, and the one thing that every business needs in order to drive it home. You need one thing to make it take root. It's not a real thing until you have that one thing. You're making some money. Watch this. So Cal, this will crush it for you. This will crush it for everybody in business. And when we talk about it, you'll see that every single person in business does it. Every single person trying to grow their business does it. Every single company and organization that has ever made $1 million, even billions and trillions of dollar companies do what we talk about doing. I want you to understand that. And we're talking about events. Events. You need a brand event for people to take you seriously. Like I said, remember, you want to become magnetic in the marketplace. Now, everybody flies and everybody goes to conventions. They take pictures of themselves. I was at the Shaan Rais show. I was at this show. That's great. I was at the so-and-so show. That's phenomenal. It's good, good that you're getting out of the house, good that you're traveling. But when people travel to you, the game changes. You become the center of the solar system. You become the sun. When you go to other people's stuff, you're a satellite, and that's okay. You're a satellite growing into a sun. The goal is to grow into a sun, though, right? So even the planets or the satellites have moons. I don't know if I'm getting too. I don't want to go too far. Okay, guys, watch this. So you come to a Shaan Rais event. I am the sun in that solar system. But while you come, you have moons and stars around you. You have constellations around you. So you have followers and you have subscribers and you have a community. You come to get closer to the sun so you can get more powered up. So when you go back to your situation where you are the sun, you're more powerful and you can sustain for a longer amount of time. When you throw your own event, you become the sun and you bring the planets to you.
100%. And check this out. So Carl says, thank you, gentlemen. Love this wood brand event. Wow, I hadn't really thought about that. So most people, they haven't thought about it. But guys, just look at what's going on in the marketplace. Everybody that you know, I mean everybody, doesn't matter what community you come from, they have some kind of event. I'm not gonna name anybody's community or anything like that, but we all know who I'm referring to. And there are multiple people. They all have some kind of event. There's a reason why. Success leaves clues, guys. So if you have a business or a brand and you don't have an event, then you're leaving money on the table.
As a speaker, we get money. We get paid for going to events. So when you see me speaking, somebody threw an event and I got paid. Events are the way to go. The only way to go to become the OVO. We'll see you guys next week and tomorrow on the Breakfast with the Brand, while we'll be talking about billion dollar brand events. Let's grow.